Why I'll never go eat at Albert's Burger at night again after encountering a strange homeless lady who demanded something from us. Please be kind to subscribe, like, and comment to help this channel grow so I can continue to bring out more stories. Thank you. Growing up, eating Alfred's Burger had been my favorite fast food of all time, which I would even prefer over any other fast foods except a few which we didn't have in my home city. My mother would take me and my little brother William out almost every Friday when she picks us up from school. My dad even used to be a worker in Alfred's Burger in his college years too. He's not a big fan because of working there too long, which had eventually made him tired of the same taste of foods. He doesn't take me there as much as my mom does. When I was about to graduate from high school, we moved from Missouri to Texas. My dad became a doctor after college and he was able to move with us here in San Antonio. I was so deeply in love with the state of Texas. It was truly a new whole-life imagination to be there to start fresh all over, much more special than our old hometown from Missouri. Apparently, it is better living here with varieties of stores from around the whole city. We moved into a nice neighborhood, but it wasn't a really fancy one. Just good enough as a living place experiencing new life here. One thing that was cool about it was that we lived about 15 minutes away from where Alfred's Burger was located. I was surprised to have my favorite fast food located close by my house, so I wouldn't worry about going so far to eat somewhere else. I am able to get lunch if I don't have anything to eat at home. It makes things quite easier for me and my little brother during certain days when our mom lends us money. I remembered this night happened 3 years ago. Would anyone think what kind of horrific encounter had happened at Alfred's Burger? A clown in a red outfit would prank me? No, it wasn't anything about clowns. What I encountered was something I wouldn't ever think would change my way of going out again at night. This was something that terribly happened to me, which I carried in memories over the years until now. There was a night that me and William, which I called him by Will, stood up all night playing games until midnight. We were playing a football game on the Xbox One console. We both are also big fans of the NFL. Over the hours of playing football, we were beginning to feel hungry after a long fun round competing with each other from left to right inside the game. I mean, really hungry after a long gameplay. I told William that I'll take a walk to Alfred's Burger if he wanted to come along with me since the restaurant is open all night. Well, I frequently had done it before many times to go buy us food. William told me that he would come along too since it was midnight and he's not planning to wait for me to come back with a cold burger, joking that I would take forever to get back home. Our parents were out of town visiting our grandparents located southern of Texas in a small town. It was around 1 in the morning when we decided to leave for a walk over to Alfred's Burger. We both had on sweatpants below our t-shirts under jackets that we wore over. I had on a blue Dallas Cowboy cap. William had on a dark beanie instead. He has always been the beanie-wearing type of guy and somehow hated wearing caps, which he never usually wears. The walk took us more than 20 minutes to get there while chatting along the way there talking about video games, which we often chat about. When we got to Alfred's Burger, there was only one customer inside with 2 other workers. I haven't come to Alfred's Burger this late for a while. Coming in the morning was much more different because it gets really super packed for breakfast and hardly any seats were available during that time, which tells how delicious were available during that time, which tells how delicious the burgers was. I went to order while William found a table for us to sit. I ordered 2 of the #1 meals and some chicken nuggets on the side. We were lucky to get a 3rd French fries for free, because they messed up my order and decided to give it to us for free after waiting too long. We sat right next to the window at the corner, just a table away to the entrance door. While I was eating, my eyes happened to catch an old homeless lady walking around the parking lot looking for something. She has long, gray, frizzy hair which goes down to her waistline. When watching her closely, she was more likely to be sniffing all over the ground on her knee instead of just looking around. William saw me looking over his shoulder as he also gazed back, seeing the homeless lady wandering around the parking lot. "What in the world?" Will whispers to me, looking all shocked, seeing what the homeless lady was doing out there. I looked over to the workers and they were busy having fun chatting with each other when no customers were coming by at the moment. That made me think they must have never cared anyway. We just continued eating. Will happened to eat all of the French fries and even the free one too. I have to share mine with him. He was so hungry at the moment. I saw the homeless lady walking over to the trash bin, then begin digging through inside. Still, the worker wasn't even bothering going out there to say anything like they even care, as I thought so. We didn't really stay there long in Alfred's Burger though. At least just for more than 40 minutes long, like we were too excited to return home to go play games again. Exiting outside, we saw the old lady still standing by the trash, chewing something in her mouth, looking creepily back like she wanted to do something. Like eat us, from the appearance of her dark eyes locking directly right on us from one to another back and forth. It appears she was pulling things out of the trash and chewing it into her mouth, slowly just gazing back at us. Her uncanny eyes were just locking on both of us the whole time as we were walking together. However, we even kept looking back at her also, fearing she would come after us. Will suddenly stops after a yard and keeps staring back at her, then glancing over to the restaurant from behind. He appears like he wanted to just run back and tell the workers to do something about it. I tap him on the shoulder to tell him that we should just leave, because it's very late now. It was kind of creepy, just watching that homeless lady eating something she dug out of the trash, while staring at us the whole time. Did you see what she was even eating? I asked Will curiously, seeing the old lady keep on chewing something from inside of her mouth. Will laughed at me. He didn't bother to say anything that second. I knew it felt disgusting to him though. I didn't mean it that way, because the old lady seemed starving, which I sort of felt a bit sorry for her to live like this. We just left and did not turn around by focusing on the road back home. Halfway home, I came to realize I left my phone behind in Alfred's Burger restaurant when we were eating by the table. The last thing I remember about my phone was that I placed it on the chair next to me when I was about to eat right away. Being too hungry to remember about it afterwards, it was because I was too distracted watching the homeless old lady sniffing on the ground. Unfortunately, I then made us turn back around and head over back to Alfred's Burger. I was so upset about leaving my phone behind, but Will was cool with me heading back there. He didn't mind going back with me since I was his older brother. We were chatting and laughing together on our way back to Alfred's Burger. The manager was still in the lobby, busy sweeping around the floor. I told him I came back to get my phone when I had left it behind earlier before leaving. Apparently, Will had to call to make the phone ring to make the manager believe it was my phone. Nobody would believe a stranger coming out of nowhere saying something like this. After getting my cell phone, me and my brother left the restaurant. The manager and the two other associates were just relaxing the whole time due to having no customers at the moment. Will was joking with me if I had lost my cell then. I would have lost a lot of money, since my phone was actually an iPhone. Though we were walking side by side, then happened to see the same old homeless lady appearing to be standing 100 feet ahead of us. She looked like she was walking exactly towards us, holding something red right in her hands. "Holy," I said when I couldn't finish what I said, seeing that we both were actually getting much closer to her before noticing at the second. Not just all other than that she had her eyes locking on us both, so we knew she was coming right towards us. Will and I keep looking at each other and turning back to her. The homeless lady stopped in front of us when we didn't even move at all. She was quivering, looking at me first, then to Will, who was frightened in silence. I can feel his left arm shaking on my right arm closely. In the hands of the homeless lady? She held on to a French fries container from Albert's Burger, which she may have found from the trash bin. I thought that she needed money. I pulled out my wallet and I noticed every move I made. She was paying attention carefully to me. Will didn't do anything except standing there just watching me pulling out money from my wallet. I noticed that Will didn't even want to face her direction for the way she looked. Her face was dirty around in spots like she hasn't showered in months or years. "Here you go, ma'am," I say, handing her a $5 bill into the French fries container. She looks down in the container, gazing at the bill I have just given to her for a minute, then looks up at me, appearing like she didn't know what that money was for anyway. I can see a scratch on her forehead like she must have fallen or hit herself somewhere. Will swiftly drags my jacket to get around her just to leave at once. "Let's go, bro," said Will in a trembling voice, wanting us both to get out of here at once. I looked over my back and saw the old lady facing us both, walking away from her. Will was going too fast as I was hustling after him and happened to trip over the curb, falling on my knee. My right knee hit the curb, which was a bit painful. Struggling to stand straight now, he tries to help me to stand back on my feet. We caught something terribly frightening at the second when we weren't expecting it. The old lady was heading towards us. My knee was hurting badly and I was struggling to stand up on both legs, knowing she is actually coming nearer towards us again. We can hear her voice saying,
"I need fries. I need fries. I need fries now."
She came stopping in front of me when Will stood behind me, pulling me back like he was even more scared, like seeing a witch.
"Fries. I need fries. Fries."
I was shaking in front of her while Will was behind me trying to pull me away, but I wouldn't let him. I know how desperately he wanted to get out of here as much as I did. The old lady puts her hands down and leans forward with her face towards mine. I was about to close my eyes when Will grabbed me and we started walking away, as fast as we could since I couldn't run due to my injured knee. "Keep going," said Will, and he was holding me to move quickly. I can still hear the old lady voice calling,
"I need fries. Fries."
I didn't dare to look back, nor did Will, who kept on a hold tightly on my arm from stopping, even though my knee was still hurting. It was like a point running for your life, even when your body feels painful. When we reach home, I hand the keys quickly to Will to open the door as I look out if the old lady was following us. Apparently, she wasn't seen behind us. We got inside our house and locked the door right away. I went to sit down while Will went to the kitchen to grab me an ice pack for my knee. The whole night we both couldn't sleep until the morning. It was something so freaky that I will never forget happened to me many years ago. I can still remember her voice saying in my ear,
"Fries. I need fries. Fries."
Thank you again for listening. Please be kind to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video to friends and family to help this channel grow so I can continue to bring out more stories. Thank you.